Peace, family. How's everybody doing? I hope that you all are having a wonderful evening so far. My name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. And today I'm coming on here to do the weekly forecast for January the 17th to January 23rd. We are buckling down here. We're getting to the end of the month already. I feel like we just started January. I mean, I am doing this a little early, so maybe that's more of what's going on more than anything else. I'm a little ahead of myself at the moment. So Monday we have a full moon in Cancer. I did do a more in-depth video on the Cancer full moon and what to expect there. So if you want to go and check that out, I definitely would to get more information. But the full moon is going to be in tension with confrontational Pluto, the planet of secrets and things hidden. And full moons are always about bringing things out in the open anyway. You know, it's a release, a time to release, as opposed to a new moon when you're setting new intentions to replace the things that you are releasing. That's how these energies kind of work. Especially because Mercury is retrograde and Venus is retrograde. So you already know we're still working on releasing the past and things that don't work for us and filling in the blanks, you know. And in order to be able to heal and move forward into the future, we have to let go of the things that no longer serve us. And I think those retrogrades are really allowing us to do that when it comes to love, money, self-worth, and then Mercury, communication, thoughts, and ideas. Even with the moon, it's our thoughts and how we think. And so I really can see a lot of mindsets changing about love, money, and self-worth here. And mindsets changing about how we make our income, work even, business even, and what those things look like moving forward. So please hit the like, share, and subscribe button, family. Notice in the slides in the video, I have all my information on how you can reach me, the services that I offer. Please be sure to check those out if you want any services with me. And send me an email letting me know what those are at info@awayoflife.net, and life is spelled L-Y-F-E. Also, family, over the last few weeks now, I've been doing lives with Queen Dawn. And if you go to her page, you can see all the lives that we've done. If you're following me on Facebook, I post a lot more there on Facebook, but they are also on my IG page so that you can see what we're talking about over there. Me and Queen are going to start collaborating on the AO scan, which helps you clear your chakras, even helps you with your intentions and what you want to manifest. And I do the astrology part of that. And I'm super excited about this journey. I've as I've been explaining on here, I've been clearing out a lot of the old. My gosh, I can't even begin to tell you. And mine's has been showing up for the last 6 years, although I have been getting bits and pieces of things around the new, like even older things, but for the most part, it feels like the last 6 years have been very, very, very enlightened. And, wow. A lot has come to show me why I had to go through the things that I've gone through. And it's just been really dope. So make sure you're checking us out if you're interested in the AO scan and some astrology. Be sure to follow us. We'll have a Patreon page soon. And, you know, and, yeah. So Monday, the full moon is opposite Pluto. This is, the moon rules the public. It also rules the people. And Pluto is opposite of others, quite literally. This is about other people's money, people you owe money to, debt, taxes, insurances, investments, psychological conditioning, so the patterns that we repeat over and over again. And then the Venus retrograde will be testing our relationships. Mercury will be testing our communication, stirring up miscommunication and misunderstandings. So you want to be mindful of that. Make sure you're doing the work, family, if you can. If you're interested in getting counseling or following more people who are intelligent about the things that you feel you need to get better in. And you find yourself getting into that place where you start complaining and being in that victim mentality. First of all, you want to honor it. You don't want to push those things down and ignore them, because then you're not really healing. You're not really dealing with it, right? But finding places, safe places where you can go to have intelligent conversations about the things that you need help with growing in is really going to be helpful. Anything that has been confusing or that you have been in denial about and not being honest and direct with, these things will come up out in the open at this time. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You need to release them. You need to know what it is you need to fix and why. You got to understand it in order to heal from it. And Tuesday, liberating Uranus has been retrograde for several months now. And it's going to go direct. Now, I actually really like this along with this time, because as you are releasing these emotions and things that have not been serving you, letting go of things, you know, Cancers can be very clingy. The lower vibrations of that Cancer energy. Go back and listen to the video I did 6 months ago. That's really going to give you where you're at right now, because really, in order to see where how much you've changed, you want to go to the last new moon in Cancer. That was 6 months ago. Go check out that video. That's going to tell you where are you continuous, your continuous place of evolving in this energy, or where you're stuck at, right? Because in there, I really went down, I really talked about the lower vibrations of the Cancer energy. And if you are doing any of those things as they come up, what I like about Uranus coming in here direct is that, for one, it's saying, okay, we're done with the past around feeling liberated, freedom, releasing any pent-up energy around independence, rebellion, social injustice. You know, really whatever area this is in for you, it's going to energize it and help you move past some of these things. You'll be breaking free from anything that has been stagnant or holding you back. With Pluto, there'll be a lot of secrets revealed so you can be set free. Weak relationships, business partnerships, and your personal relationship with yourself can start to fall apart, or you realize you need a lot of work. And for the solid relationships, you're going to get stronger. It's really just that simple. Like, you're going to be able to tell where you are by the things that are happening in your life. And this isn't about competition or being in a good or a bad places. You got to recognize where you are to understand how to heal and change. And so if you do happen to be in the lower vibrations of this, just know that is a part of the process, right? And you're just going to take it one day at a time until you get to a place where you have strong relationships. So if you're fighting with yourself about things inside, get them out. You know, I mentioned in the Cancer full moon video to cry if you need to cry. You know, stop holding back your emotions. In the video previous to this, I talked about the importance of standing in your power about your emotions. Let's not see emotions as a bad thing. You have to be realistic about them, right? Because I know I be on here stressing about emotions are the reward. They're not the foundation. Love is the reward. It is not the foundation. Remember, I did that post talking about how finances are indicators of relationships as well. You know, romantic relationships by way of the words that are used. You know, it starts with an interest, you know, and so on and so forth. Go check out that post I did on IG. I really broke it down, and it makes sense, because if you are in an emotional place, you're not making good decisions. And so we really have to, I'm trying to think of a better word. Emotionally stable, or emotionally secure. Somebody who's comfortable with their emotions enough to be able to say when you're not happy, or when you're not feeling good, or you don't feel secure. Because I feel like at the end of the day, this is what this is really all about. And even if you take the word secure, that's a financial term, you know. And if somebody, well, we're not putting this on anybody else. If you are not secure, you're projecting your emotions outwardly, and you're reflecting that inward, going back to that feminine energy, right? And we know that that feminine energy is off balance in the world, right? And so it's your job to get emotionally secure. That means knowing what you want, why you want it, and making sure you're being realistic about those things, you know? And I feel like that might be a little hard when you're being taught from all the wrong things. That's why I say it's super important to make sure you're following intelligent people. Be careful for falling for the okie doke of what America is selling. You know, I'm not too keen on investing in the news and these TV shows and these movies, and, you know, get your information from real people having real conversations. There are a lot more people out there who may not be famous who bring knowledge, you know, because that's what America's teaching. And I feel like we're going to grow into this a lot more. I've been talking about it a lot more, but even if you do like television and all those other things, go and look at those actors' lives outside of the movie. See who they really are. Challenge your belief in what you're seeing on the TV to break from that illusion, because you might learn something new. You know, like I really like, what the heck is this dude's name? He had a real spiritual awakening a few years ago that still blows my mind today. What's the white dude's name? He's a comedian. Oh my God, it's killing me right now. He played in, he did all the Ace Ventura, I think that's how you say it. The Pet Detective. He played in Liar, Liar. I don't know why I can't remember his name. It's driving me crazy. But if you've ever seen like any videos on him, he be talking about numbers and all this metaphysical stuff, and I really like him. I'm like, now see, he's telling some truths. Now I would rock with him. I'd support his movies, because even if I am watching the illusion of whatever it is he's doing within his movies, I'm still aware that there's something very real outside of this, right? You don't want to be connecting energetically with folks who are not going to lead you down the right path. So, okay, I went on a whole tangent with that, but whatever. Wednesday, the moon will move out into outgoing Leo. In fact, I'm pretty sure that happened Tuesday. Then the sun moves into quirky, innovative Aquarius. This is very futuristic, group-oriented thinking. The focus will change to more original ideas, even messages from the divine, from the universe here. So I like that. Again, I feel like time is really going to start to speed up after the second half of January, if you want my honest opinion. And then Thursday, the moon moves into Virgo. This is very practical, grounded energy. You're very detail-oriented and analytical here. But the moon will be opposite Jupiter, which is very over-optimistic, overworking, over-critical. You might want to watch your words here. Watch how you're talking to people. And things may turn out, things may not turn out as you hope, because Mercury's retrograde. So again, just stay grounded, stay realistic on whatever's happening in here for you on Thursday. It's important to remember we're in retrograde, so not taking any action, just working through things, family, writing things out, planning, thinking things through, processing. And if you have no choice, that's okay too. Just remember that there's going to be delays. There's going to be delays. There's going to be miscommunication. Things are going to go wrong because it's a retrograde. And you just might have to revisit these things at a later date. But ultimately, what's happening in that process is probably because you're getting more pieces to the story. So right now, you don't have the full story to make to make good decision, or a complete decision, I guess is a better way to say that. So be patient with yourself, family. Try not to be so focused on the future. Be in the moment. Stay grounded. Do what you can when you can, and when you can't, accept it for what it is. And know that when the time is right, you'll get the information you need to move forward. Friday, the moon will be in harmony with loving, sociable Venus. She's quite content with the day-to-day stuff here. Day-to-day work, and organize that work and things done like errands, a health routine, or things around pets. Really getting grounded with your relationships here. And again, if you're not in a relationship, it could be your relationship with yourself. So healing, kind of licking your own wounds here. On the opposite side of this, a partner can be super critical about your health, weight, or physique. I guess I don't really need to say much more about that. Saturday, the moon will be in tension with Mars, which can be the camel that broke the string that broke the camel's back. Is that how you say it? Because this is really going to intensify the energy from Friday. So if you do have a partner saying these things about you, or things coming in that are mad critical, kind of breaking you down and making you feel bad, that can cause mental breakdown or health issues. And it's not going to be a good feeling. You know, nobody likes when people are criticizing you or whatever. And to be quite frank, if you have people like this in your life, or you're doing these things to yourself, you gotta contend with that. You know, either let those people go or understand why they're saying those things to you, and figuring out how much you really care about it. Is it really true, or are they intentionally trying to hurt you? Is that what you're doing to yourself? And if you don't like it, fix it, which means you either let those people go, or you let those thoughts go by changing your physique. If you don't like the way you look, or there's something about your health that you don't like, or even your day-to-day and what you're doing that you don't like, change it up. You know, start by writing it down, writing it out. What would you like to see in those areas? And then step by step, as you answer those questions, honestly, write them out, follow them through. And again, remember to be patient with yourself during this process, because ultimately it is just trying to get you to change for the better. And sometimes, unfortunately, when things come in that way, it can feel really sucky. Now, on the opposite side to that, you can build some solid long-term goals and a healthy relationship. Again, whether that's a partnership or your work, or your health, or things around your pets again, or with yourself. And then the moon moves into Libra, which is really good because it's going to help you balance all these things out. The sun and Mercury are in air signs, so this is favorable energy when it comes to just being open-minded about your situation and where you're at, and being flexible and adaptable. Just a lot better flow to be able to deal with the things that may be coming up. And then Sunday, the moon will be in tension with Venus. So these things can be coming back up again. That's just the honest truth. And you may want a stronger emotional bond, and you may and maybe your needs aren't being met. So again, just going back to figuring out what it is you want when it comes to your wants and needs, your health, your self-worth, and really working through those things. Then the moon will be in harmony with Saturn, so you're getting more emotionally stable. I like this. I like Saturn being here because, you know, whenever Saturn shows up, it shows you where the cracks are in your foundation. So, again, if you're feeling any of those lower vibrations I was referring to, as they come up, process them, sit with them, but then start moving, you know, and start trying to understand where all this stuff is coming from. I strongly think that, you know, people need to go get some counseling, because it's hard to deal with these things if you got the same mindset. If you're trying to resolve a problem within yourself or outside of yourself with the same mind that got you into them, I don't know how that works. In fact, it doesn't. So just remember that there's always going to be some level of education and learning that you have to do, which is why I keep saying, you know, go listen to some intelligent people if you're not into the whole counseling thing, which, you know, I strongly advise counseling. I really do. Because if we're being real honest, family, like, I don't give a damn who you are and how you raise your vibration. Ultimately, you are always going to have these times where things just aren't going right, because that is literally the process of change. And change is the only thing that's consistent. And you'll have these bouts of really happy, great moments, but then you always are going to have these bouts of moments that are a little bit uncomfortable and maybe not so happy, but not because you're a bad person or you don't deserve happiness, but it's just time to change, you know, and you have to be able to be subjective within those things that are coming up and how you're viewing and perceiving them. And I think it's just already like we have so much to deal with as humans. Why the fuck would you want to take that challenge on by yourself anyway? You know, we really got to get out of that mindset of this self, like, okay, to an extent, when we're talking about the age of Aquarius, it definitely wants you to be an individual and think individually, but you should still have somebody else who you're bouncing these ideas off of to hold you accountable within whatever it is you're trying to build, because that's just a good practice of keeping yourself honest. You know, the mind can be a tricky little sucker sometimes, and it's just good to have people, real people who've been through the things that you've been through. They're dedicated to hiring your vibration, but from an honest perspective. You know, and not being shy about that or seeing that as a bad thing, or like that you aren't doing something right because you need help. That's BS. everybody needs help. So, that's my whole tangent on that. Then the moon will be in harmony with Saturn. Okay, I talked about that. And then the sun in Aquarius is aligning with Mercury. So getting more pieces to the puzzle of things that happened earlier in the week and just overall earlier, like meaning in the past, because it is in retrograde. So I like this overall. I think this is a pretty dope time that we're in, whether we see it that way or not. And the things that we're about to open up to and be enlightened about are going to be pretty phenomenal and even possibly better than what we could have originally anticipated. And I think people are going to be happy about it. Maybe not so much happy about the journey in which to get there, but you'll soon begin to understand why and appreciate it, at some point. So, as usual, family, I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. I hope you found this